In this video, we will discuss diastolic murmurs, different types of diastolic murmur, their features and characters. Generally speaking, semilunar valve stenotic murmurs are systolic and semilunar valve aortic and pulmonary valve regurgitant murmurs are diastolic, and reverse is true of the AV valve stenotic murmur. The AV valve, mitral and tricuspid valve stenotic murmurs are diastolic, whereas AV valve regurgitant murmurs are systolic. So what are the diastolic murmur? There are three different types of diastolic murmurs: early diastolic, mid diastolic, or number 3, late diastolic or pre-systolic murmur. This is the early diastolic murmur, comes after the second heart sound. It's a faint, high-pitched murmur that starts after the second heart sound. And when does it occur? It occurs when ventricular pressure falls below the aortic and pulmonary vessel. When the ventricular diastole starts, that is when ventricle starts relaxing, pressure in the aorta is more than the left ventricle, blood comes into the ventricle. So that occurs during ventricular filling. These aortic and pulmonary regurgitant murmurs are decrescendo. This is a decrescendo murmur which decreases as the ejection decreases from the aorta to the ventricle. See that it's decreasing. It's a decrescendo murmur. As there occur progressive decline in volume and regurgitation decreases during diastole. These murmurs are best heard at left mid-sternal border. With patient leaning forward and holding the breath in full expiration, these murmurs they increase with hand grips. Next is mid-diastolic murmur. These are the mid-diastolic murmur with the opening snap, comes after the second heart sound. Mid-diastolic murmur, mid to late diastolic. AV valve stenotic murmurs, mitral and tricuspid stenotic murmur is usually loud, is mid-diastolic, grade 3 to 5, and usually occur during early ventricular filling. When this diastolic murmur disappears in severe obstruction, if cardiac output is markedly reduced, then this diastolic murmur disappears. And number 2, mitral valve calcification and immobility or the opening snap disappears. So mid-diastolic mitral stenosis murmur characteristically follows opening snap, heard best at left ventricular impulse with patient on the left side. In tricuspid stenosis, the murmur is localized to the left sternal edge, louder during inspiration. Mid-diastolic murmur may also be produced in mitral and tricuspid regurgitation, ASD, VSD and PDA. These murmurs cause rapid blood flow across the AV valve, producing third heart sound and left to right shunt. Why there is mid-diastolic murmur in severe aortic regurgitation? When left ventricular diastolic pressure exceeds left atrial pressure, causing mid-diastolic murmur or pre-systolic murmur known as Austin-Flint murmur. So when left atrial pressure decreases, the blood flows back from the aorta into the ventricle when it's relaxed. But what happens in Austin-Flint murmur, that in this murmur, blood enters into the left ventricle simultaneously from both the aorta and left atrium, because there is a small mitral regurgitation. So the blood is coming into the left ventricle from aorta and from the left atrium because of the abnormality of the anterior mitral valve leaflet. And what's a pre-systolic murmur? A pre-systolic murmur is a late diastolic murmur. It comes just before the first heart sound. It's not a systolic murmur, it's a late diastolic murmur. It's crescendo murmur that have mid-diastolic filling rumble. See, it's a crescendo. It's increasing because the blood volume is increased. They occur during the ventricular filling and ends with a loud first heart sound. So when does it occur? It's most characteristic of tricuspid stenosis, and it also occurs in sinus rhythm. Atrial myxoma also produce mid-diastolic or pre-systolic murmur.